Hi, Corey. All right, I'm going to do your 15-minute spiritual healing now. So I'm just going to relax and then we're going to just go as guided by spirit, okay? So I see instantly a young man, maybe 20s. And then I also see a young boy, like, I don't know, 6 months, 9 months old. He's holding my hand. Man is standing quite still, almost like a chess piece, you know? The legs are close together, the arms are close to the sides, standing sort of straight ahead, looking straight ahead. And then there's this sort of very curious little boy who's barely able to stand up on his own feet, and then sort of thinking, kind of a drool factor going on, and then working with blocks. We see behind it all what is quite a dark, shadowy type of image. I mean, even what is like the breath of a dragon, and it's all coming from a dark fogginess, and it goes like that. It sort of has a breath way about it, and then as a long head and neck kind of come around. But this massive image of darkness is always straight behind the man, who's very sort of like a chess piece, really put together in that way, looking straight ahead. This child has absolutely no clue any of this is going on. He's in his own mind, in his own world, so creative, so loving, so just experiencing the now moment, totally in the present in such an extraordinary way, has no relationship with anything but his own creativity, his own curiosity, his own learning, his own discovery. He is more a man. This child is more a man than even the man is. The man is sort of, there's something about the way he is standing straight up. He's not moving his body. He's not allowing his creative senses to be activated. He's not interacting with the world around him. He is really stiff, and then all of this darkness behind him, This child is like, hum-de-dum-de-dum, I'm just going to keep playing. Don't know anything about any of that stuff. Not even a clue in my head that any of that is real. Therefore, it is not real. Child does not relate to darkness because darkness does not have a reality for the child. Therefore, it is not real at all. Child is in the now with its experience, doesn't relate to it at all. The more we talk about this, the child gets further in the forefront of the illumination and the light and the experience. While this man is he a man? Is he a statue? Is he a chess piece? He's not acting like, he's not relaxed. He's not in motion. He's just stiff. They're sort of separating, getting further away. There is quite a gap between the stiff, rigid man and all the darkness that is around him is getting further and further and further away. And now what is in the forefront is this dynamic new awakening, new child, new curiosities, new explorations. This is all there is, was, and ever will be. The light and illumination, the curiosity, the joy, the creativity, the discovery. They're wanting you to take a big step forward and experience that as your newness, as your reflection, as your now. Because it is your now. It is. There isn't anything else. It's just this. This is your now. That's what they say. But are you in this now? Are you there? Are you in this state of creativity? They're really showcasing, again, the mentality of a baby. There is no darkness. There are no negative entities. There's no demons. There's no evil. Therefore, there isn't. Seriously, there's nothing. There's only the joy. There's only the experience of life. I fall down, hurt my knee. I cry. That hurts. I really like the colors of these blocks. I want to look at them. I want to see what happens when I set one on top of the other. I'm discovering there's nothing in the way of anything else. But the man thinks a lot, thinks too much, can feel stress, can feel bogged down, can feel fear, can feel consumed, can feel all of these emotions when there aren't. They're all part of ego. They're all part of growth. They're all the building blocks that create the stumblers that challenge us to be in the now, that challenge us to be in the infinite mind and creativity, that challenge us, right? So just allow yourself to let go, completely let go, become like a baby, become like a child, become innocent again, become disconnected from fear, become disconnected from ego. Just let go. They keep saying that, just let go. They let go. We're doing energy work for this man who is really stiff because they're all reflections of you, right? But there's something in the way of, I need to enter into this man's presence and just allow him then to become one with this new awakening, because that is your truth. Or is that your truth? You get to decide. So, but they are wanting me to focus on this rigid man and releasing all that sort of dark ego connections, right? Ego is what makes us vulnerable. Ego is what inspires fear. Ego is what suppresses us. Ego is what challenges us. So, I'm doing energy work on you. I'm warming you from within and then warming this outer shell so it is dissolving. I am doing energy work around the mind region. I'm helping you to feel what is now, is present, is creativity, is youth, is innocence, is childlike, is fearless. Only not because it is natural to be fearless. There's no such thing as a fear. When you're a baby, there's no such thing. It doesn't even make sense. We are doing energy work to help bring you to life. It's a bit challenging still, but you're starting to try to move. It's like you're inside a really tight skin. It's hard to rip it or get out of the shell of it, like you're in a really tight cocoon, like a butterfly merging out of a chrysalis or whatever. It's just a cocoon, or you really are just moving and trying to break free. So this can be what was. I'm patient with you. This is also what is like a higher vibrational voice speaking, watching you, like spiritual eyes watching you, guiding you along. Just they're just, it's a loving energy vibration saying, I'm patient with you. Because there's so far you can go in your life. There's this experience, and then there's what's me 20 years from now if I keep putting one foot in front of the other like I am right now. Oh my gosh, look out world. So I am patient with you. How far can you go? Who are you truly? Will you discover that by staying in this sort of stuck position, or why don't you return to that version of you, sort of childlike, baby-like love, and now experiences and instant creativity and discovery and all of that. But it's kind of neat to acknowledge that this scene is about you going through a metamorphosis, and you actually accomplishing a total metamorphosis. You releasing from the cocoon of what was, or whatever you want to call it. We're still patient with this, you breaking free. We're still patient with it. Some part of the energy feels tired. Some part really feels kind of, just feels, when is it going to happen? When are you going to get out? This tired energy is starting to become an energy of its own kind of like a water body just entered into the scene, is sweeping me away, and I feel further away from connection with the cocoon version of you, still more connected with the baby version than the other. It's okay, I'm fine, I will take the water, we'll learn something new from this experience. It's okay when life changes the train tracks, or things evolve into some new direction. That's part of growth. That's part of what helps get you through the metamorphosis. That's part of what takes you from one side of the ravine to the other side. From what feels a little more congested to what feels more free, right? Free in expression, though. Free to express yourself. Free to be who and what you are without a second guess, without a second thought. Versus sort of, there's this rigidness about the other. So in the center between baby scene and this cocoon scene with all this sort of darker energy, sort of like the scary castle and the sort of gloom fog, and then sort of statuesque man in just a black energy shell. But it's also got this moving sort of thick coat trying to break free. So in the center of all of that is this little water body. It's like a little running river. And I'm just going, wee, further away. And I'm never further away. I'm still a part of everything. It's only the illusion that inspires me to feel a distance or disconnected. It's not actually the truth. There's nothing that puts a distance or disconnect between what I am and who I choose to be. It doesn't matter. Life sometimes does this so we can reassess ourselves, reevaluate our experiences, determine who we truly are and who we truly want to be. Sometimes they're not gonna, I need to just relax. They're altering the energy flow. And just, they want me to continue to go down the water and let go of everything that was. Everything that we've seen up until this point, completely let go of it and just see where the water takes you. So I'm doing that. It's quite a ride. It's like the ultimate water slide. I go this way, I go that way, and it's got an exciting aspect to it. I'm not thinking about where it's going to stop or where I will end up. I'm just allowing the water to just take me where I am meant to go. Even this has kind of a darker reflective nature because the water is not really clear, sort of darker, shadowy water. And the slide itself's kind of got some dark, it's just kind of like a black plastic slide or something, but it's got some white running streaks on it as well. And this sort of what is around me is sort of like, it could be a nature scene, but it's hidden by shadow. But again, I don't feel any concern at all. I just allow this water to take me where I'm meant to go. I am allowing myself to feel free. And in that state, I'm altering the perspective of everything because I'm choosing to see that everything is already illuminated. When I choose to either see it as a shadow, that's one side of a perspective. The other side is to see it in illumination. So I am growing. Only the sunlight inspires the growth of the seed, you know? Illumination, love that creates light. Light then that creates illumination, enlightenment, freedom, acceptance, presence in the now experience, you know? So, because I'm becoming so free in my heart and I'm choosing to see the other side of a lens, there's something to that. Is it really dark or is it really light? It could be dark, it could be light. Why not just choose to experience love? As human beings, it's just a little more refreshing when the lights are on instead of being stuck in a dark room, right? But darkness doesn't alter the room. It just alters our perspective of the room because it's in shadow. Now choose to perceive that shadow is actually a different version of light. That dark is actually the brightest light of them all. That is just blinding us to such a degree that we just see shadow. Now it gives you a new perspective on what is light and illumination. Perspective of comfort. Light brings comfort, shadow brings concern. Sort of like kids at night, turn the light out and they don't feel comfortable anymore. The more we explore this, the more your vibration just keeps rising. Something about this conversation is important to you. And as your vibration is rising, it is really touching the heart within and is helping that sort of shell to just become solidified like a really thin, almost like a thin ice that's just easily breakable. It's not ice though, because it's not cold at all. It's like a really thin plastic or something. It's easy for you to choose to break out of your shell now. What does that mean for you? You have to decide what that means for you. You clearly have some big things going on right now. Big self-discoveries. As you break out of your shell, you're quite an extraordinary presence, but you still have that sort of darker flavor of just the... You're sort of a dark green color and some black that makes up your attire that kind of goes all over you from head to toe. You're just completely covered. Even that, you are just ready to remove and release everything that is a reflection of some darker time. It's not who you are anymore. But somehow you can still feel it, the memory of it, sort of like a thin glaze, just like a memory, you know, the flicker of a memory that just, that fire never just goes away, but it can feel further and further into the distance, but you can still remember it, you know. You're letting go of so much. You've removed your clothing, you're sort of bare-skinned, and you're releasing out old energy from what would be an energy portal just beneath the rib cage. You're doing this out of your own accord. That you are choosing to self-heal out of your own accord. You are choosing this for yourself. You're manifesting your own healing. You're manifesting a better world because you're choosing it for yourself. You still feel at a distance from something that has an innocence and just, there is no such thing as a darker experience. There just is no such thing because there's no memory of, there's no truth to it. There's nothing to define that actually has an existence. And because of that belief system, there is no such thing as a belief system. What is a baby's belief system? It is just comprehending a world with nothing to go off of. It is naturally in a state of love and just honesty about everything. It's extraordinary. Massive purge of energy. I know we're really close. I'm just watching you a little bit longer. You're still purging out a lot of old energy. You're so much freer, lighter, ready for the next thing than you've ever been before. What is holding you back from this baby image? From stepping across the ravine? What is it? There's just a light coming down from the clouds, and because that light is coming down, it's no longer so gloomy on your side of the ravine. You're standing at the edge of the cliff, and this light comes down, and this light then touches you. There's an entity within the light. I'm not able to see what it looks like. It's just coming out of just blinding light coming all around it. And then there's an extended, like a hand that then touches your heart, and then your heart just starts to glow really bright. And that glow then just starts to envelop you and then even glow around your head. And extend out past your fingers, down beyond your legs, past your feet. This too is releasing out quite an old congestion as well. It's even enough that it's dissolving the very ground over here. The ground itself is just part of the illusion of a fear-based ego, or whatever you might call it. So much is releasing. So much is purging. You're just levitating here, and now you're sort of merging with this infinite light. Now you are sort of this super bright infinite light, suspended in the center of this sort of two reflections, two images. You just pour it out. There's something from the heart portal on both sides, front and back, that just sort of, like a waterworks, sort of just came out. Really thick, black, old energy. You are resurrected. This is what they say. You are lifting up, and you are resurrected beyond. That's what they say. That's what you're doing. You're just going up. Where the sun would be, you are. Up beyond the clouds. It's super radiating, illuminating light. There's quite a lot of energy in this. I need to disconnect here. I'm just trying to complete the work for you. So I'm disconnecting, okay? That's pretty cool. Be curious to know what's going on in your world and how these images resonate with you. But the healing is absolutely focused on whatever you're going through. Have you already completed it? Are you in the process of it? It's definitely it's just really hot energy throughout my entire body. Is really warm and tingly and sort of on the awesome fire, not on the scary fire. It's on the awesome fire. And through that energy of a super illuminated energy is just totally a part of the heart, really beaming the energy around the sort of heart center area, and then raising your vibration really big time. So that is going to do some super things for you. Higher clarity, feeling more open spiritually, psychic senses wise, may have more just open connection with spirit, and then trying to comprehend who and what you truly are. This is going to go far with you. I know I got to stop talking. 15 minutes can go a long way, so all right, well, I'm just going to thank you for that extraordinary experience. And for those of you watching, if you would like to connect with me one-on-one, I would love to share spiritual healing, psychic wisdom to help you in your life. Please visit my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting my channel.